Does it work?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the cell phone.
No, I'm losing my phone. Okay, this isn't gonna work. So we're gonna get a tire. Yeah.
There we go.
We're comparing pipes today.
Yeah, we are. What's going on, guys? Here with Kyle, Mainville ATV Outdoors.
Howdy.
We are comparing an RJWC Mud Edition single to a MBRP. They rolled out a new Outlander exhaust, so this should be a good comparison.
I think so. I think the RJ is gonna win. I don't even know how it's gonna win. We haven't set criteria or anything.
No, there's no criteria.
We are gonna sound test it like I've done with RJ before, but now I got a really cool MBRP pipe to test it with.
Yeah.
My 1K and yours 650.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, let's get to it.
Measured at 2 meters away at a 45-degree angle. So we did measure from the tip of the pipe 2 meters back, which we had to Google what that is in inches because I have a standard measuring tape. And then it's not a 45 swung out like this. It's the line of 2 meters at a 45.
So hopefully that'll be pretty accurate. Then we'll just have to measure for your bike and bring it over a little.
So what we learned from testing I've done before is to have this mic stand alone so our hands aren't screwing with it or we're moving, to make sure that the adjustment is there, good to go. So the first one we're going to do is an idle test, just for knowledge sake, and then there's a 3,500 RPM,
Yep.
and it's kind of good because it'll be warm by then.
Yes.
And then we could do a drive-by if you wanted,
Yeah, we can do that.
just for people.
We'll do all this and move everything around, and then we'll do a drive down the road.
And this camera angle is really good, but I got sun in my eyes,
Mm.
so I'm just going to be blinking the entire time.
All right.
Start her up.
Your phone?
Oh yeah. So we'll wait until the bike kind of calms down from being cool, but got a 77.9 decibel rating at this standard on that bike at idle. So that's actually really low from the numbers I remember.
Now, when you guys did you had the 850, what was the stop? Do you remember what that was at?
We can compare numbers at the end.
We'll have to take a look and see what we're at the end.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious to see.
So at this point now we're going to go to 3,500 RPM. So you'll have to gauge your best on that.
Yeah, I'll try.
And 3,500 was 81.8 decibels.
So that's not a big difference.
Not a lot, no.
No, it's not too bad.
But full pin will be.
Yes, under load. Too.
Under load.
Under
So
load's
that's
the
one
difference.
thing you got to remember, and we realized in our tests. So these are all based on OPP standards that I've researched before. So Nate thought it'd be really cool to compare his pipe to mine because we've done some of these tests before. So the OPP are the Ontario Provincial Police for our province in Canada, and that's pretty much the standard across the board for Canada as a whole for roadside testing.
Now, do you know the limit on exhaust and the allowance in Ontario?
I believe Ontario is 99 decibels
At the 3,500?
at the
So
3,500.
that's actually considerably less.
Yeah, so that's like more of your straight pipe scenario. It's loosely based, and some of the rules can be kind of vague. So it's at the officer's discretion, of course. Like,
Yep.
so there's also a little bit of argument there, but this is their basic testing for a pipe. Very few pipes actually I've found, even the RJWC met legal requirement, but if you've ever actually heard one, then you'll know like it's kind of a bit of a gray area, right? So I think this testing was developed, I think when we found it was 1997.
Okay.
So they haven't changed the testing yet, and they might in the future.
Yeah.
Because pipes, you know, your dad's Honda Foreman from
Very
from
different.
97. It's kind of different from a 650 to a 1K and like these crazy performance machines today. So
And actually, that's one thing we should mention is the fact that we do have a 650 and a 1000 is going to play a little difference in the sound.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have a bit of a few tweaks and some
I
performance
do,
mods that'll potentially change it slightly.
it's not just a normal 1K. I do have some like flashing and head pipes and the 1K, right? So bigger heads and that kind of stuff. So it's not the biggest deal. The range change in that, it's minute, but it's still arguable. So we just wanted to be clear.
Awesome.
So at this point, we basically have to remeasure for my machine now and get the same numbers, and then we can do drive-bys.
Sounds good. All right, we'll circle back to that.
Let her warm up a little bit. You'll hear it level out. Yeah. Quite jump.
That is quite the jump. Garage, come take a look at this.
So you were what, 77.9?
Yep, yeah. And this idling is, you're idling higher than I was, 3500.
Yeah. So by the looks of it, my idle is about 83.5. So I'm going to do 3500. Let me know what the peak number is.
You 90.5 to 91. So you're
Okay.
hovering right around that.
And those are the same numbers that I saw with the 850 that I tested last time on a single too.
Okay.
So that's pretty much
So
dead
the
on the money.
consistencies across the board for.
Yeah, so that's another thing is, that's why we think that the 650, 850, and 1000 are close enough in peak power and the way they work and design that the numbers are pretty relative. So it's okay to test with this. I know it's not perfect, but we don't have a slew, a ranch full of wild Outlanders
It'd be
to
nice if we
test
did.
with. Maybe one day, I don't know.
Yeah.
So obviously the RJ is quite a bit louder. What I can say is the RJ has a pop to it, like a bubble, if you can
And you
imagine.
feel in your chest.
Yeah,
You
so I think that has more of an impact on the decibel rating.
I do. Yep.
So when you have something like the MBRP, it's a little more raspy and it has a more clean tone. It's not as aggressive on that pop sound.
Yep.
So I think that's a real big definer of your decibel ratings.
Yeah.
So I guess now we just do a
let's
load
do-
pass, I guess.
Grab some helmets. do
Yeah,
load
we
pass?
should grab some helmets.
Probably. All right.
This is a closed racetrack, professional driver, it's all good. but it's cooler sounding. I don't know. It's something. We're gonna see what we get. I'm always curious what a bystander hears, you know? It's one thing to be on your machine and riding and getting used to it all the time, but like, what does Joe Blow hear when he's in the backyard raking leaves? That's nice. That's nice. Real nice. We got like 92.6, I think I saw. So I'm pretty sure that's comparable to his load over there, actually. It's not bad. But I was a little farther this time, of course, so it is louder under load.
It's Something tells me I should plug my ears. Woo! So let's see here, we got 102. Well, apparently it's louder under load.
That's crazy loud.
That's crazy loud.
So don't show that to the OPP on the video.
No. No. Well, I mean, you just speed limits. You don't go full throttle. You're fine.
Yeah. So I may have gone over the legal number, just barely.
Yeah, well, tire noise probably added to it.
Yeah, I was tired. Wind noise.
Wind noise.
Wind.
Yes, wind noise.
Yeah. So that was a cool test, man.
That was.
Thanks for having me around for it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. All right. You guys decide what you like better. MBRP, RJWC. If you like the MBRP, give me a call. If you like RJWC, call Dirty Life and Kyle.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.